man, your altcoins could be at huge risk here in the near-term future. You've got Bitcoin struggling to hold $30,000, potentially breaking down from a critical pattern which could draw the altcoin portfolio into disarray. Guys, as you can see here in the Bitcoin price, we are breaking down as we speak from a critical, what would be a bullish flag, but breaking to the downside here. I'm going to show you exactly how low this can go, what this could mean for your altcoins. Plus, we need to take a look at the dollar index because I'm seeing something very interesting but concerning at the same time. Plus USDT flows as well. Loads to get into today, guys. If you want to take advantage of 800 free mantle tokens, that's MAT tokens, Bybit's layer 2 solution that they're supporting, check out the link in description, ijaz.uk/Bybit. Make sure you're deposited in there, guys, using my link, and I will be raffling those 800 MNT tokens to a lucky winner. Guys, let's start off here with Bitcoin, because as we know with altcoins, it's all going to depend on Bitcoin. And Bitcoin was looking quite positive. Things were looking nice. After the XRP case, the altcoins were moving. And what did I say? I say, guys, hold fire here. I think the XRP relief rally we saw then was going to be short-lived. The direction is still going to be set by Bitcoin, and Bitcoin seems tentative right now. We struggled to break through 30 to 31K, and now we're notching below 30K. And if we break down from this pattern here, if we see a move to the downside with a potential backtest before moving lower, we can see here that there is potentially a big fall here on Bitcoin. In fact, if I show you this and take this measured move from where we're at all the way down to where this point started, where this move started here, down here on 24,800 range, we're talking about a 17% fall here on Bitcoin. Now, I know there are some support levels in between. I am going to break those down, but you've got to be prepared for that. If Bitcoin wants to fall down here, because this was one movement, when we're measuring the move to the upside, we take that movement there and we apply it to the point of breakout to say that's the move we're going to have to the upside. Therefore, equally, the move to the downside, you have to start looking at the pivot point. That's a 17% fall. What would that mean for your altcoins? Your altcoins could get completely decimated here. Now, of course, if you've got conviction in your altcoins, this may present a buying opportunities, and that's personally what I'm going to be looking for here. Something else is a little bit concerning before I get back into the Bitcoin level, and that is the lack of correlation we've seen with the dollar index. We called this dollar index move perfectly. Remember, we were monitoring this falling wedge on dollar index, and look at my arrow. I'm not even changing it. I said we're going to break down here to the downside. Don't be surprised to see a retest back here before moving to the downside. Dollar index is now shockingly below 99%. Okay, so you can see here this has been as high as 114 when we were struggling here on Bitcoin. We plotted the reversal perfectly, and this is where Bitcoin went from 15,500 up towards 31. But now the dollar index is moving to the downside. Remember, Bitcoin's inversely correlated. Why is it that Bitcoin has not been able to capitalize on it? This is very concerning, right? We want to see a move to the upside here as the dollar index has fallen here from this moment here down to the downside. It's fallen quite significantly, 3.85%. And yet Bitcoin has not been able to take advantage of it. Now, we know why the dollar index is falling. We've had good data coming out from CPI, PPI inflation in the US. It looks like the US, to a certain degree, is managing to pull off a soft landing. And the markets are feeling quite buoyant. I mean, just the other day, we've had positive earnings from Bank of America, positive earnings from BNY Mellon, from Morgan Stanley. It's looking positive out there. But why is Bitcoin not moving? And this is the concern we have to look at. And it looks like Bitcoin wants to call off. It looks like it wants to come back down and we've run out of steam. And one way you could look at that is you can look at the total flows of USDT. Let me pop this onto the weekly chart. And you can see that USDT is at record highs right now. And so whilst we're seeing that USDT minted levels are now at record highs, we're not seeing that reflected across the space. I mean, if we jump into DeFi Llama here, yes, you can see the pink line, USDT is growing nicely, but look at the blue line here, USDC has fallen in the market cap. If you look at BUSD, of course, that's been wound down after the SEC charged Paxos. So we are starting to see this fall into the downside. But a better indication to look at is to look at the total market cap, right? If we just look at total, which includes the market cap of everything in the crypto space, we're stuck here at resistance around that 1.15 trillion mark. We cannot clear this resistance here at 1.25 to then head on higher. Remember, our all-time high sits at 3 trillion in market cap in crypto. So we're not seeing that reaction come out just yet. And that makes us wonder whether Bitcoin wants to pull back for a bit of support. And the question then is going to be, how far does it want to come down? Clearly, we did not have enough impetus to break through 30, 31K. So now we have to be ready for the wave to the downside. An immediate term, we've got to look at the horizontal. If we lose 30, 29,000, of course, in short term here is a little bit of support. Then you've got some support at 27.7. Then you're looking down here at 26. But really what I'm looking for here in the bigger picture, ignoring the smaller lines, is I'm looking for the bigger pullback. And unfortunately, where's that bigger pullback, guys? It's this 25 mark, right? If we ignore all the minor lines here, let me get this big highlighter. When we moved up here, we got rejected by 25. Came back down for a while, went up to 25, got rejected again. Then we went up, got rejected by 31. And where did we come back to when we cooled off? 25 again, right? To test this level and this level. So now that we're back up here and rejected again, the obvious level is 25, right? That it wants to come down. Now, the bullish scenario is that we turn around somewhere earlier, like here, right? Great stuff. That'll be perfect. A higher low, and we can carry on our movement to the upside here on Bitcoin, and altcoins will then be fine. But the worrying case is if it wants to pull back all the way here to 25. Why? Because what do you notice? As soon as we hit 25 again, we've just had a double top pattern. We got rejected twice here from 31. We create a double top pattern, and now this could move you even bigger to the downside, down to 20, 22, that kind of level, right? So we don't want that to happen. We don't want to go test 25 again. We tested it here. We're done with 25. Let's create a higher low, and let's then higher high and trend upwards. That's what we want here to keep the movement bullish. But even then, if this does want to pull back, you've got to be prepared for this pullback here. And that's what this video is about, is getting you guys prepared that, hang on a second, we may want to call off. If you look at the movement we've had here, we've come into our daily EMA ribbon, but losing that 30K level could make us lose our daily EMA ribbon. So what you want to look for here is, if we're not going to get the big pullback I'm talking about, great, bounce now. Now's your last chance. Bounce off this EMA ribbon, go break through 31, which you've not managed to do here, right? We've not managed to do it. We've shown weakness. We can't deny that fact that we can't get past that level right now. Even with the XRP ruling on that day, we couldn't get through that level. So something's up. It wants to call off. And so that's why instead of me denying it, I'd rather say, okay, it feels like it wants to call off. Let me see if I can get prepared. And so if we jump up to the weekly chart here, we're quite extended from our EMA ribbon, right? We're extended from it, and the pullback all the way down into EMA ribbon of 27.6, coming down to this 27.6 level is okay, right? We'll come here, we'll bounce from it, and we've got a higher highs, and we continue to trend upward. This is a nice upward trend. I know it may not look like it to a lot of you guys, but look how steep this trend is from 15,000 all the way to where we're at. This is a steep upward trend. So if it wants to come down here, bounce from the EMA ribbon, and then go post past 31, great, that's fine. What I don't want is us to come all the way down to 25 again. Then I'm worried about the M pattern. That M pattern is what's worrying me the most here. Taking this from our big cup and handle pattern here on the weekly, it's also not a great look, right? When I said that this cup and handle is playing out, what did I keep mentioning? I said, guys, this has risk of an M pattern if we get rejected from the neckline. So far, it looks like we're getting rejected from 29. This is our final chance. We've got to just move up here and get out of this sticky situation. The sticky situation is if we get rejected from here, M pattern form, 2 times we got rejected from this level, and that is not great here on the Bitcoin price. Because here on the 4-hourly, this is what's causing the immediate cause for concern. On the 4-hourly chart, we are breaking down from this pattern. We're below our 4-hourly EMA ribbon. We're testing our 200 exponential moving average here. If we lose this, this is what's going to give us our big move to the downside, and this is what I'm dreading, because this can lead to a lot of pain for altcoins. Personally, what am I doing in this market? Already, we are at levels where this is considered a pullback on the daily chart. On the daily chart, we're into our EMA ribbon. So these are nice levels for me to do small nibbling here into the EMA ribbon. But I'm not going to go crazy. Where I'm going to go crazier is on the weekly chart. And I want to watch this weekly chart to see if we do break from this pattern. If we do want that bigger pullback, remember from where we're at currently to come down into the EMA ribbon is still another 5, 6, 7, 8% discount, right? If we go deep into the EMA ribbon here, even a 10% discount on the prices we're at now. So I'm looking to start nibbling a lot heavier as we get a 3, 4, 5% pullback here on the Bitcoin price. That's what I'm looking for. But one thing is for sure, guys, I don't think this decoupling from the dollar index can last. We know that if the dollar index is moving to the downside, that creates a higher risk on profile. That risk on will rotate into riskier stocks, riskier asset classes, and Bitcoin falls into that category. So for me, if we do see a pullback, I think it's going to be a momentary opportunity for us. I think longer term we are bullish. We're in a good position. The ruling on the XRP case is good. Yes, there'll be short-term volatility. But if you look at the macroeconomy, if you look at what the US are managing to do, so far they're managing to navigate a soft landing. And the economy is feeling buoyant. Inflation is coming down. And that is why you're seeing the dollar index for the first time here in a long time fall below 100 on the index. But Bitcoin's not following it. But I don't think that's going to last. I think Bitcoin will catch up once it resets its RSI, once it's had a little bit of a cooling off. And for me, that's the moment I'm looking for in the Bitcoin chart. Let me know how are you guys playing this market right now. Yes, it's a tricky one. Yes, it's a frustrating one. But we are getting closer to the light at the end of the tunnel. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you want to see a breakdown of particular alts, I'll leave up 2 interesting videos here. One where I break down QNT, which is Quant versus XLM, and another where I compare Casper and Cadena in the battle of proof-of-work layer 1 solutions. I'm certainly getting my altcoin portfolio ready, so definitely go watch those videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.